Hi, I'm Anika Ray, and welcome to my channel. I'm a spiritual intuitive teacher and coach, and in this video, I want to guide you into the Akashic Records to offer you some guidance. Now, this is a really collective guidance, but it is coming from my part of the records, and because we're all connected on levels of consciousness and soul level, this may work for you as well. Now, I'm already in the Akashic Records. And just before we jump into the guidance piece, I want to just say to you, if you're new to the Akashic Records, if this topic is completely new to you, not to worry, just wanted to give you briefly an understanding. Akashic Records are the library of the soul, the energetic library of the soul. This is an infinite spiritual resource that contains the entire journey of each soul, past, present, and future. It really is meant for us to connect to so we can gain some spiritual wisdom and tap into the guidance. Every time we access the records, we also experience healing. And the records have many other uses, but if you're interested in going into the depths of what the records are, how you can use them, what they're not used for, I will leave the links in the description of my classes and webinars, and a lot of them are free. You can join in, and they're recorded. Some I actually teach live, so check out my schedule as well. On that note, why don't we jump into the guidance? As I mentioned, I'm already in the Akashic Records, in my part of the Akashic Records. And the first thing is that I'm receiving from the records is that if there is some disconnect within yourself that you are feeling. And what I mean by disconnect is maybe there's a part of you that you don't feel connected to. For a lot of you, this could mean not really feeling connected to your inner child, where there's this emotional block. Perhaps something did happen in childhood that you are maybe holding other people in contempt for. Maybe there's some resentment. These could be people that are part of your family, but it could be people that were around your family in some way. Again, this is not a psychic reading. It's more of a soul level reading. So what I'm sensing is that this disconnect can be to your inner child, can be affecting you today. And if you're feeling drawn to heal this relationship with your inner child, creating this safe space for you where you can explore that is of utmost importance. Now, what this safe space is going to be is going to depend on each person. Sometimes this is about therapy, and sometimes this is about journaling. Sometimes it is about going deeper into spiritual healing. There is a sense that your inner child feels alienated from you. And again, this is just a suggestion, so you may take that into consideration. You may not. I think this also came through in the last reading, but it keeps coming through and repeating because it is necessary. And if you're listening to this, taking those steps forward. Now, this is not a one-time thing for some of you. This may bring up other things that have been sitting in the shadows that are from childhood, that are connected to some, maybe what you consider periods of your time that you may not want to remember, or if you remember them. For some of you, including myself, this may bring you to the elements of divorce. Perhaps you think you are over your parents' divorce, and on some levels, it's still impacting you today. I know for me, this can really be reflected or has reflected in relationships and finding a partner. So for some of you, that can be it. It can also, for some reason I'm seeing, or what they're giving me is relationship to your children may be impacted because of this. And again, if you didn't have anything happen with your parents, maybe, it wasn't the happiest relationship. So maybe you picked up on a lot of arguments and strictness. I do see some sort of issues around discipline and punishment. Perhaps this was your situation. Again, just know that you have chosen these parents on a soul level for your own growth and evolution. but also emotionally to mature and to bring this aspect of self, to find that inner parent of self. Your parents are modeling certain things that you have from like the starting point where you started, and you have chosen them because they are either modeling something that you're growing into, or they're modeling something that you're growing away from. Either way, this supportiveness has been there on a soul level for you. Now, you don't have to like your parents, love your parents. Nobody's saying that in this guidance, what's coming through. This is about you. How do you find peace with whatever it is that's happened to you in a childhood and with your parents? Some of your parents, I don't know why this is coming through, but I have to disclose it, is maybe you're not really close to your parents, you're not talking to them, or maybe you're not talking to them about what's happened in the past. Also, this may bring out connections to your siblings, and how this family dynamic actually looks like and why this is impacting you. For some of you, it may be impacting your relationships. I also see impacting confidence and worthiness. It can even touch this worthiness all the way to like health and wellness, how you're treating yourself, how you're talking to yourself, and how you're parenting yourself. So remember, this is a call for you to heal your inner child, to become that inner parent for yourself and shift the relationship with self. Also, it can bring peace with relationships with others, like siblings, parents, right? Is this the right timing? You are the only one that can tell you that. And it's not about fixing anything. It is about integrating that in your life and checking in and seeing with yourself, is this something that I need to explore because it's impacting my life? It is also about being realistic. Some of these relationships are meant to stay in the same form as they are, meaning they may not find a way to become improved. For some of you, like for myself, I don't even have a chance to improve that relationship in a physical way because my father is on the other side. My mom is still alive, but again, it is a chance for me to examine how is that, kind of impacting me today, and also for you. Now, this is kind of heavy, so the record is like, okay, the records are kind of leading me into some lighter topics of joy and friendship. Now, again, this is about bringing joy to yourself, and this is easier said than done because joy may look different and it may sound like this woo-woo thing out there, bring joy, or, kind of rainbows and unicorns, and life is not always like that. However, joy that they're talking about is the vibration of a joy. It is not about necessarily being in this happy place all the time. It's tapping into that vibration of joy. Joy can be, in some ways cathartic. When you are crying, you can be crying and releasing something, and can really lead you into that vibration of relief and sort of like joy. It is more connected to this element of universal soul's purposes, not to get you confused. The vibration of joy is, how do I experience universal love for self, others, and all creation? How do I tap into that vibration of joy? Where is that? One of the biggest indicator is being drawn by the energy, right? Where is that energy leading me right now? What does joy look like for me at this particular moment? It doesn't mean I'm going to be jumping up and down, and having this happy moment. It can simply mean being in that moment of grace, gratitude, generosity. That could mean joy. As we mentioned, it is maybe in a space of gratitude and you're releasing. It could be cathartic. It could be reconnection with people, going out there and reconnecting with friends and like-minded people. That could bring a lot of joy because in essence, you are not alone, but some of you have hard times with communities and finding your place in a specific community. You're looking for, right, that receptivity from others and sharing experiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. That can be, in essence, this element of a joy. So this is the second thing that came through, and then we generally have this third topic, and for some reason this is coming through as divine blessings. So again, this is about opening your heart and receiving. And I really like how the records kind of led us from like this heavier into this lighter, and now completely like very light. Receive, like open to receive the blessings that are meant for you. The word blessings is not just a religious word, it's very spiritual. It is talking about the love from the universe, and you can be that love for other people as well. But this is about opening your heart where you are and being very receptive, right? You may not know what you need to receive. It's not always about abundance and money and the right partner. It can just simply mean receiving energy, receiving healing. Whatever that is, there is a need for you to receive so that you can give. A lot of you may feel this depletion in energy. Maybe you're in that space where you really need to feel receiving. I know I am in that space. Unfortunately, I lost my dog recently, and I certainly need to be in that space of receiving some healing, and so that I can really give that to you back in a sense through these readings and through this guidance, which is my honor. So this is what is coming through the records. So brief guidance, and I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you have, please like, subscribe, share this video with other people that may be interested in the Akashic Records. This is a way for you to experience the Akashic Records reading in a general way, but if you want more personalized readings, I definitely recommend turning to an Akashic Records reader. And of course, I'm one of them, so I would be thrilled if you schedule an Akashic Records reading. I will leave the links in the description. And just like I mentioned in the beginning, if you're interested in the Akashic Records classes, I teach them live. I teach different types of classes. I also have some webinars. I'll leave that in the description. Until next time, my friends, I'm sending you lots of love and light from the Akashic Records. And I hope you join me next week for the guidance from the Akashic Records.